All right. Hey, folks, how you doing? Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you and 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 all of you. Everybody, Happy New Year. Some people didn't have such a great New Year because some people are idiots. Now, I don't mean to say that facetiously. I don't mean to be a jerk, but some people are. They didn't have a good Christmas because they were involved in robbery. Which brings me to the story here. Eva Cassara, 17-year-old child, or I should say young lady. Young lady. Let's call her a young lady. She's not a child. She's 17. She was pregnant with a child. She was 5 to 6 months pregnant with a child. She was killed on Christmas Day in Chicago. Now, here's how it unravels, sir, ladies and gentlemen. On Christmas Day, Eva and her friends, or her boyfriend, I should say, the suspected baby father, Deontay, and his brother, Anthony. Deontay's 21, Anthony, 16. They decided they would have robbed the weed man. Yeah, I got an idea. Let's rob the weed man. Yeah, let's not just buy weed. Let's rob him. You know what I mean? Let's rob him. Let's get this paper. Bad idea. Now, they meet up with the weed man and they decide, let's rob him. And they get in a car with the weed man. They get in the back seat. Now, it's the weed man and the driver. I'm assuming there were 2 people in the front seat. At some point, they get into an argument. And I think it's Deontay who gets out of the car. It could be Anthony. It could be Deontay. That matters not. At some point, they start arguing again, and they try to open the passenger side door or whatever, the driver's side door. They couldn't. Now, Eva's still in the vehicle. They start this argument, and they start shooting. They start shooting at the weed man while Eva Cassara is still in the back seat. Now, according to the weed man and his friend, they drive off and they hear gurgling sounds coming from the rear of the car, the rear seat, and they notice it's Eva. Oh, yeah, she's still in the car. Oh, she's dead. She's dying. So they drive to an alley, drop her body off, lay her on the pavement, and keep on going. Approximately 45 minutes later, someone finds Eva. They transport her to medical center. She's pronounced dead. They are able to rescue the baby. Baby is on life support in critical condition. A third member of the posse with the great plan on robbing the weed man, Darius Marshall, turns himself in, and there you have it. Folks, I'd like to say that there is some great revelation from this story. I'd like to have a strong takeaway. And I made this, if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see I made some statements on Twitter about trying to use context in these stories that we cover. You know, from a investigative point of view, from a point of view that we don't just want to put propaganda out there. Because some people watch this video and be like, see how they are, see how they are. But this is not indicative of black people. This is indicative of idiots. This is what happens when you pursue relationships with idiots. And I'm not going to say that Eva's any better than the boyfriend that she hooked up with and who's apparently impregnated by. I'm not going to say that. Right? I'm not going to say. Because she could be just as dumb. And for all we know, she could have been the ringleader. I'm not saying that's true, but it is possible. So before people go off, let's keep it simple and plain. Some of these women are just as crazy and sadistic and plotting and planning and scheming and reckless as these guys. But this is, I don't even want to call this a tragedy other than the fact that the baby's gone and the family's mourning. But hey, come on. Someone had to know that this young lady is associating with these thugs. Someone knew it. Mama knew it. Auntie knew it. Somebody knew it. Somebody has to know that this young man that she's tied into, they have guns, they do drugs, they smoke weed, and they live reckless. And in this situation, maybe they were high when they did it. I don't know. But I'm trying to understand why you shoot into the vehicle knowing that your baby mama is in the back seat. You left her in the car. You get out the car. You start arguing. You leave her in the car, and you shoot at the car with her in the car. I'm trying to understand what's the sense in that. But to understand that cause of action, I'd have to understand why you want to rob someone anyway. I'd have to understand what leaves you with such bleak hope for your life that you'd risk your life and your freedom robbing the weed man. We know what it is. Some people have no sense, right? This is not rocket science. They were doing a harmful act, and one of them died from it. Now, this is all over the newspapers in Chicago. It even made it to the New York Daily News. That's when I picked up the story. But this is a story that plays out all across the country. People doing dumb shit and someone gets killed. Eva Kansara just happens to be the young person who's dead in this particular situation. But this is not like I spotted Bigfoot. This is not some random event. This happens a lot more often than I'd care to report on. These young guys are charged with I know that at least one of them, Deontay, is charged with first-degree murder. I don't know what Anthony's charged with. He's 16. I don't know what Darius is charged with. I don't even know his age. I know he's charged with murder. This is just a horrific event, a situation. It's just drama. It's just stupid. And I'm going to say this. If you are out there dealing with anyone who's involved in criminal activity and you choose to associate with them, this can happen to you. Is this the way you want to start your 2014? You want to start getting shot in the head? She didn't even make it to 2014. She was this close. But she had to go out on Christmas Day and join in on a robbery of the weed man and lose her life. Now, this baby who's 5 or 6 months pregnant will never know her mother. Never know her mother. Now, that could be bad and that could be good. I hate to say it, but it could be a good thing. Because maybe the family will take this child and raise that child around in an environment that's different. I don't know. That's a horrific thing to say. I know it's crass, but I got to keep it real. I mean, if we're going to lower ourselves to these types of acts of violence, at some point it becomes child abuse. I'd like to feel sorry for Eva. And you know what? It's okay to feel sorry for her. She's a young lady who made some bad decisions. All of us have made bad decisions at one point in time. But if we lose our lives behind making bad decisions, whose fault is that? I don't want to say it's the system. These people could have stayed in the house. The system didn't come in the house and get these kids or get this young lady and say, hey, let's go commit this crime. She willingly got in that vehicle. She willingly participated in a crime involving a handgun. She willingly went with this young man who wasn't shit. Just a sad way to start our new year. There's not much more to take from it. If you are involved in somebody, like I said before, just cut it off. Live your life. Go forward. Stop contributing to the statistics. And I know people are going to die this year from stupid shit like this, but let it not be you. That's all I can suggest. Let it not be you, because it's going to be somebody. Maybe this video will help someone, and maybe it will just alert some other people that they need to help and get their money right so they can move to a better area where there are less Dariuses, Anthonys, Deontays, and yeah, Evas. I'm Tim Black. Thanks for tuning in. If you don't have a YouTube account, go ahead and subscribe and get one. Get an account. Subscribe to my channel. Favorite, like, share this post, this video. I wish you a happy 2014, and we got to stop. We got to stop the dumb, stupid, ignorant, violent, downward spiral of our lives. We do. Poor baby, born into an environment full of stupid people.